Hello, dear media representatives. I am Sharipov Idris Kursandmirotovich, born in Gisar on January 1, 1998. Until 2020, I never violated the laws of Tajikistan and never had even a minor infraction that would lead to a police station. My story is very long, so I have decided to highlight the most important moments. In 2020, my father passed away, and after his death, my life was ruined by my biological brother, Alim. In 2020, due to betrayal and injustice, I began reading the Quran and other Islamic books. I also read the hadiths regarding the marriage of Prophet Muhammad and Aisha. Furthermore, the fact that millions of Muslims go to non-Muslim countries for work rather than to Arab or Muslim nations, yet continue to hate and curse non-Muslims, caused me to doubt the truth of Islam and the existence of God. Following this, I became an atheist. I became a victim of religious discrimination by both the people and the government of Tajikistan. In Tajikistan, the people view an atheist as an enemy of the people and religion, and consider it a betrayal of Muslims and Islam. Additionally, the government labeled me an agent of the USA, Israel, and Mossad. Consequently, in 2021, I was forced to flee Tajikistan. Up until January 2025, I wrote to the President of Tajikistan 4 times and to the Prosecutor General's office twice, explaining my situation and why I fled. I thought that if I wrote to the President and the Prosecutor General, they would support me and I could safely return to Tajikistan, but instead of support, I received threats. On October 16, 2024, I traveled from Sri Lanka to Malaysia. I met a travel agency that promised to help me obtain a German visa. I applied for the visa, but on December 28, my passport was stolen. In January 2025, I approached the embassy of Tajikistan in Malaysia to obtain a new passport, but they refused. Since January, the embassy repeatedly told me to wait, promising a passport, but months passed with only empty promises. The reason is simple: I became an atheist. On May 16, 2025, I started my first YouTube channel to fight against the dictatorial and tyrannical regime and to oppose religious fanatics in Tajikistan. In October 2025, an embassy official named Turgal unexpectedly messaged me, saying, "Come to the embassy, we will give you your passport." When I arrived, I was detained by the police at the embassy gates. The police stated they arrested me based on a report from the Tajikistan embassy. The official, Turgal, had filed a police report requesting my deportation to Tajikistan. The Malaysian police detained me. I explained my situation and begged them not to deport me, but they would not listen, repeating that I would be deported. I felt forced to attempt suicide because I did not want to return to my homeland. On November 19, 2025, I had a court hearing, and thanks to the UNHCR, I was released from the courtroom. My current situation in Malaysia. On my YouTube channel, I posted AI-generated photos of myself with the leaders of the USA and Israel. Because of these photos, the Malaysian police also consider me an agent. I do not understand why these Muslims hate Israel and the USA. March 1, 2026 today, I was nearly detained and beaten by the Malaysian police and immigration services. At every turn, they claim I am an agent and question my purpose in Malaysia. These are not the first threats I have received, and likely not the last. But I will not be silenced. My struggle for freedom and a secular future for my homeland is greater than my fear. I am staying at the airport because I have no money and no job. There are also 3 Palestinians and other people from Arab countries at the airport. They are also asking people for money, but the police and other airport staff do not say anything to them. However, the police and other employees tell me specifically that I cannot stay, accusing me of being an agent of the USA and Israel. If I had money or a job, I would never stay at the airport. I told all the airport police and other staff, "Help me find a job, and I will go to work." They tell me that having no job is my problem, and some say, "You support Israel, so go ask Israel for help and a job." I do not know what today or tomorrow will bring, but I want the whole world to know my story. If the Malaysian police decide to deport me to Tajikistan, I will commit suicide because the tyrannical regime and religious fanatics in Tajikistan will not leave me in peace. One can expect anything from them. Tajikistan deserves freedom, not dynasties, tyrant dictators and Islam. Thank you very much in advance, dear editors. Sincerely, Idris Sharipov.